Hey everybody, it's Saturday, June 14th. It is Saturday, June 14th. Today is Saturday, June 14th at 7:02 p.m. in Southern California. I live in the Hollywood area. If I stuck my camera outside the window, you see the Hollywood sign. It's right outside my window. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. I just got up from a nap, prayed, meditated, and I wanted to make a short video about IXHL. IXHL is Incannex, Incannex healthcare. It's trading at 20 cents a share. It's coiled down and has been consolidating for about 2 weeks now. There's really nowhere else for it to go down. That said, this is not financial advice. Usually in these situations when it's consolidated, and that's the evidence we have in front of us, and it's being shorted by the likes of Kenneth Cordell Griffin at Citadel, and a hedge fund like that, and a market maker. He's like the axis of evil against retail investors, anyway. So when you have somebody like him and invested in shorting the stock, anything can happen, especially since he creates counterfeit shares and synthetic shares, which are counterfeit. They don't exist. They're not part of the count. And he trades and does things in what's called dark pools. Dark pools are not lit exchanges that we see happening. So, like I said, not financial advice. 20 cents a share. Amazing stock. It's an OSA. OSA means obstructive sleep apnea. It's an OSA drug that is first in class because it's an oral drug. Everyone knows that, like the CPAP mask, right, for sleep apnea. Let's talk about sleep apnea. Sleep apnea affects 1 billion people worldwide from the ages of 30 to 69. It's the obstructive, your throat closes up, you can't sleep, you can't breathe. The only solutions they have for it are the mask. You look like Silence of the Lambs. You put that mask on with the machine. If you've ever seen somebody for the first time, or it's a bit surprising. Then you have invasive surgeries, and this affects a huge part of the people that are alive on this earth, and it's quite a big market share if it continues to be successful. Right now, IXHL is in its phase 2 clinical trials, and we're all waiting for, we're all piled in, and we have been, and we're waiting for phase 2 top-line results. So we're waiting for the top-line results to be announced of the clinical trials for phase 2, while it is fast-tracked by the FDA for phase 3, right? Also, there's just a couple of things that have happened this past week. We'll go backwards. First of all, the stock, because it's trading under $1, it was notified by the NASDAQ market that it needed to be compliant and come up with the share price has to be over $1 for 10 consecutive days. So in a strategic move, the company IXHL moved to the NASDAQ capital market. It's the same market. It's the same thing. It's trading the same way. It's just a little bit easier to comply. What else happened this week? Well, let's take a look. We have this is why it's a powerful setup. We have a full cancellation of $347 million in warrants. Those are gone. IXHL, as you know, it's been diluting and consolidating for 2 weeks now, and they were dumping shares in. And what they did with those shares that they dumped in was they raised enough money to buy all of the warrants, and the warrants are gone. The warrants are completely gone now. There's no chance of 347 million warrants. On June 12th, Incannex announced all Series A warrants were canceled through an SEC filing. Over 50% of the warrants were retired earlier, with the final 172 million canceled for 12.2 million via the at-the-market. This means no more phantom shares, no further conversions, and no dilution hanging over the price. No dilution hanging over the price. Total potential share count dropped drastically, restoring investor confidence. Number 2, strategic use of the at-the-market offering. All right. So Incannex raised capital through the at the market specifically to cancel the warrants, not to dump on retail. Funds were used to clean the cap table and prepare phase 2 trial readiness. For phase 3, funds were used to clean the cap table, make it a nice clean balance sheet, and get it ready for phase 3 trial, right? Because phase 2, we're about to get the results soon. That's what we're all waiting for, this big explosion in share price, right? From the top line results of phase 2. So phase 3, they want to get it ready for phase 3. They've cleaned up their finances. It's clean. It's ready. Everything they're doing says it's like, we're ready for a buyout from a major pharmaceutical company. Okay. Transparency around the at-the-market usage, how to validate the management's integrity. So it's just looking like a stellar, clean company. They filed an 8K about the NASDAQ capital market transfer on June 11th. Incannex filed an 8K confirming the transfer from NASDAQ Global to NASDAQ Capital. This buys more time to stay listed. It buys more time to stay listed. It's a smart compliance move that shows leadership is being proactive, not reactive. So they're buying more time instead of doing a reverse split, right? Don't worry about that. That's everyone's biggest fear. This is not going to reverse split. Not for a while. Not until much later in the year. Okay. So we have a low float, and now it's truly clean. After cancellation of warrants, the float is now cleaner and tighter than ever. A low float with no convertible debt or no dilution overhang equals a prime setup for explosive moves. Institutions are more likely to step in now that the capital structure is predictable, right? Okay. Number 5, upcoming phase 2 top-line data. Top-line results for phase 2 clinical trial likely related to obstructive sleep apnea or psychedelics therapy expected soon. This is a binary catalyst. If the data is favorable, it could propel IXHL to $1 and beyond. Boom, right there. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that. The company's FDA fast-tracked, meaning expedited review, could attract big pharma partners. If that happens, we all get rich. 6, the technical setup on a monthly chart looks, all right, this is what I was talking about earlier this week. I have a personal prediction, not financial advice, of 723% and a share price of a minimum of $1.65. And that's because I've been looking at this monthly chart. And in March, April, May, all of them have popped, and they start with, and they're progressively going lower and then popping higher. A breakout from this pattern plus fundamental catalyst could trigger a parabolic upside. That's what I was talking about. So if it's not the phase 2 clinical trial results that makes it explode, we already have the fundamentals. I mean, the technical fundamentals, just the historical chart is showing you that most likely next week, between Wednesday and Friday, this thing's going to blow. 7, we have a strong community and retail momentum. Retail investors are aware of the manipulation through Citadel and short sellers, and we're not falling for it anymore. We've released our stop losses. Everybody knows, release your stop losses, set high limit sell orders, good to cancel, or you're going to get eaten up. You're not on our side if you have stop losses, basically. Okay, not financial advice, but we're just telling you this because, they call us dumb money. And the reason they call us dumb money is because we set these stop losses that the market maker can see. It's right there in front of them. So all they do is they just manipulate the algorithm and drive the price down by selling millions of shares back and forth to themselves. And it creates a short ladder attack. It goes down and eats up all your shares. So you have to have faith. This is the time. I mean, look, we're telling you, release your stop losses. Set high limit sell orders above $1 with your broker. Tell your broker you want to sell all your shares when it hits $2 or $1, and then the market maker sees that those shares are not available at all, and this thing is primed for explosion a lot sooner. Okay, so we're all calling to cancel stop losses and hold high limit sell orders to gain traction. The smarter the crowd, the stronger the rally. Why IXHL is a great investment right now. Dilution risk is eliminated. The cap table is clean and simplified. Compliance is secured with capital market transfer. The catalyst is imminent. the float is tight, the price is oversold, the technical breakout potential, and the leadership is extremely well communicating and transparent. So that's the breakdown of the stock. If you'd like to invest in the stock, you're probably going to have to contact your broker because it is on the SHO threshold list, and it's a block security. You can't just jump on Merrill Edge and buy shares. You have to call your broker. But this is well worth it. It's going to be an oral, first-in-class sleep apnea drug. I'll say this and shut up. With my 50,000 shares, my strategy for this is to either catch the big pop that's probably going to come historically on the monthly, that goes boom, and I will sell into that power and get out at $1.50, $1.65 a share, and or I will sell into the phase 2 top line results. I will sell into that. And you might be saying, well, why would you're just telling us all these reasons why this is an amazing stock, and it's an amazing stock. Why would you sell into that surge? Why are you going to sell into one of these surges? The reason why I'm going to sell into one of these surges is because guess what? Phase 3 is coming. So they're going to give us positive results. The price is going to go up. And then they are going to dump millions of more shares into the stock. And it's going to dilute the next day because they know they have to pay for 52 weeks of clinical trials for phase 3, right? So now, that said, it could get bought out by a big pharmaceutical company before then. Novo Nordisk, Eli Lilly, something like that may jump in and buy out the company before then. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up and say this is never financial advice. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in my comments. Follow me on Reddit, on Twitter, on here on TikTok, and always refresh the SEC Edgar page all day long while you're investing in the stock. This is how we do it. This is how we release our stop losses. We don't do it. We're not just gambling. We're watching the SEC filings all day long and refreshing the page to make sure that there's nothing new. Or when one comes up, we use AI. We throw it in our AI filter and we figure out what the hell it is fast. The last filing on June 13th was an 8K, and it said notice of delisting or failure to satisfy. Those 5 words alone, at 4 a.m., I almost sold all my shares. But thank God for AI, because I threw it into ChatGPT and I asked what it was, and I was told the polar opposite. So these are very cryptic SEC filing headlines. The PR announcements are very cryptic. You've got to figure out a way to instantly decipher what's really going on with it, because you don't want to end up selling all your shares right at the bottom of like an explosion. So anyway, good luck to everyone this week. God bless everyone. Be safe. And this is never financial advice, but you have Incannex Health, IXHL, 20 cents a share. Buy as much as you can. Release stop losses. Don't trade on Robinhood. If you do, release or turn off share lending. You're killing the hustle. And set high limit sell orders. And we're going to do this together. All right, we're going to mobilize, and this thing's going to explode, and we're all going to make a lot of money together. You know why? Because of AI. Because now we have the power of AI. We're no longer dumb money. Okay? Anyway, let's mobilize. Let's communicate. Stay informed. Don't listen to noise on StockTwits and Reddit. There's a lot of people on Reddit that hate all the new people that are invested in the stock because they've lost a lot of money on the stock already when it was moved from the Australian market to the American market. So those people are saying very negative things. They're going to downvote you. They don't like you. There's a lot of morons on StockTwits. You have to find, there's a lot of intelligent people. There's like a Santa Claus guy, an HANR guy. There's a few people that are really intelligent. Read their posts, filter out the rest, eat the chicken, leave the bones. I'll see you on the other side.